If you are busy, this lazy Amazon KDP ads strategy is for you. Once it is set up, you just need 10 minutes per week to maintain these ads, and over time it will generate you consistent book sales. So you published a book on Amazon KDP and it is getting sales, but you feel that it could be selling better. To see what's happening, you go to Amazon website and you're searching for your main keywords for your niche, for example, random facts book, and you are searching for the search results and you cannot just find your book. And you keep scrolling and you find out that your book is displayed somewhere on page 3, 4 or 5 or even worse on search results. So that's not a surprise that not too many people are just seeing your book and buying that. What if we can change it and display your book on top of search on the first page? Or for example, if someone is browsing your competition, for example, this book, it is getting a lot of traffic, they have a lot of sales and reviews. Let's scroll down, and what if we can display your book on this section, products related to this item? This is a sponsored section with ad campaigns of related books. The great news is that we can achieve that with Amazon ads, because organic rankings alone is often not enough. As you can see, your book can be displayed somewhere on page 5 or even further on search results, and you won't be getting enough traffic. Amazon ads can help you place your book in search results, for example, on top of search of results or first page of search results, on your competitors' listings. And what is really amazing, you can just pay for the Amazon ads and you will see the immediate result. You will get the instant feedback. Because with organic rankings, you can just wait for weeks or months or even years until you rank organically on the first page. And with paid ads, you are just saving time because you are getting the traffic just instantaneously. But many people are just afraid of running ads because they think they are just complicated, they take a lot of time and money to run them. That's why I want to present you the lazy KDP ad strategy that is really simple. This is beginner friendly and it requires low maintenance. It doesn't take too much time and you won't have to spend hours in the reports. You don't have to do some deep analysis. After we launch these campaigns the correct way, it takes just 10 minutes once per week to maintain them. And if your book and niche are strong, it is going to boost your sales significantly. There are 3 phases of implementation of that lazy KDP ad strategy: launching automatic ad, fine-tuning the settings, and then optimization that takes 10 minutes per week. And why are we using automatic ads? We want the setup that is quick to set up and easy to maintain. So Amazon algorithm will be deciding where to show our ad, and we don't have to worry about doing a keyword research and fine-tuning all the manual settings for the campaigns. So this is the fastest setup that is possible, and it is great for busy people and also for beginners if you want to just experiment with your first Amazon ads. So now let me walk you through step by step on the screen sharing how to implement that strategy. When you log into your KDP account, you have to click the marketing on the top navigation menu. And then under Amazon Ads section, just choose the marketplace. I recommend Amazon.com marketplace at the beginning and click Go to Amazon Ads. You'll be redirected to Amazon Ads console. In order to start your campaign, just click black Create Campaign button. Now we are launching sponsored products campaign, so click Create Campaign under that section. On this campaign creation form, under Ad Format, let's select Standard Ad, because we are creating the simplest, the easiest and fastest campaign. Let's scroll to Products section and select your book. Next section, Targeting. Just make sure that Automatic Targeting is selected. Under Automatic Targeting section, let's make sure that we are setting relatively low bid, for example, 30 cents. Bid is the money that we are offering to pay for each click on our ad. Next up is Campaign Bidding Strategy. Let's select Dynamic Bids Down Only. This setting makes sure that we are paying for each click maximum amount that we are offering as bid or lower. This way we are not overspending. The last section that we have to fill is Settings. I like to set the campaign name in the following naming convention. First the book name, then type of the campaign, in our case this is automatic, and then the break-even ACoS. If you don't know what ACoS is and how to calculate the break-even point, don't worry about it. You can just enter 35, because for most of the cases this is just reasonable level and good goal to achieve with our ads if we want our ads to be profitable. The last section, Daily Budget. This is the amount that you are willing to spend on this campaign each day. If the campaign will start spending more, it will be paused automatically. So this is great safety net if you don't want to lose money too quickly. I will put $10 per day. And this is everything that we had to set up. Just click Launch Campaign button. Right now our campaign is under review. Once Amazon accepts that, you will receive email that your campaign is eligible to be served and it will be active. And here's a quick summary of everything that we set up so far. You can just take a screenshot or have it as a reference if you want to create your campaigns in the future. Now let's move on to phase 2, fine-tune the settings. As you know, we just were setting the initial bid level, but we just more or less guessed. That's why for the next couple of days we have to fine-tune the settings of our campaigns so that they are generating views and clicks, but they are not overspending. So for the next 5 to 7 days, you have to visit your campaign daily, just for 5 minutes, to fine-tune the settings. And you aim to generate a steady flow of data. So you want to generate impressions, meaning the views, clicks, sales, and ad spend. And if your campaign is under-delivering, you have to increase your bid. And if it is overspending, you have to decrease the bid. And it's best if you make gradual changes, which means that you are increasing or decreasing the bids by 5 to 10 cents max. Let me show you how to do it step by step. Once again, I'm on Amazon Ads console, and just make sure that you are on campaigns screen on the left-hand side menu. Let's click on campaign name to go into the details. Now let's navigate to targeting tab on the left hand side. You can make sure to display the statistics that are the most important here on that chart. I like to see the total cost, sales, impressions, and ACoS level. And as you can see, we are not generating enough data right now because each day we are getting just a few impressions meaning views. And we are not spending too much money. So one day we spent $1, but this is not enough and we are not getting any sales yet. So our goal is to just adjust the bids in a way that we are generating more data daily. And I would aim to spend my planned budget. In case of this campaign, this is $5 per day. But if you set $10 per day, just make sure that you are spending more or less your daily ad spend that you planned. This allows you to get more data and get more visibility to your book. And I don't recommend to plan spending less than $5 because this is too low and we won't see the great results there. In order to make the changes, let's just scroll down. You'll see the table with close match, complements, loose match, and substitutes targeting groups. These are the types of targets that Amazon uses to advertise our book. So they will be showing our book to the keywords that are closely related to our book. Or for example, they will be showing our book on the pages of your competitors, so substitute products. So in this case, we are not generating enough impressions. So as I mentioned, let's just increase that bid. For example, I can select all targeting groups and adjust bid, increase by 5 cents. As you can see, the bid was changed from 30 to 35 cents. And that's everything for today. Let's revisit next day. If you do it for a few days, you will see more impressions and more ad spend coming in. You can also spot such situation that, for example, substitutes are not generating you enough data. Then you can just increase that even more aggressively by 10 cents, for example. If other targeting groups are generating you the data, but you want to increase them slightly, you can just increase them by 5 cents, for example, like so. Keep doing that each day for 5 to 7 days, and as a result, you can see a similar chart. So we were getting really small number of impressions, like 80 to 100, but after a few iterations, we started to generate 1,000 of impressions, and our ad spend also grew. So we started spending around $5, even more. At this point, I would stop increasing our bids and I would just aim to maintain such level of impressions and ad spend. And as you can see, first sales started coming in here. So I sold 3 books right now. So at this stage, we fine-tuned our settings and we are ready to move on to phase 3. We're finally at the position when we can just visit our campaigns once per week. Our campaigns are generating a steady flow of impressions, clicks, and hopefully more and more sales. Here's a summary of our 10 minutes optimization workflow. We will be visiting just 2 sections in our campaign: search terms report and targeting tab. And here are the actions, really simple and really quick. So first, if we go to search terms report, we can identify profitable search terms. So the keywords our competitors' asins, that our campaign was displayed, people just clicked and purchased our book. And what we can do, we can just celebrate and be happy because we will be generating more and more such sales with this campaign. But if we want to make these campaigns more profitable and we want to cut the wasted spend, we have to identify unprofitable search terms and add them as negative targets. So for example, we will spot that a lot of people were just seeing our ad under fun facts keyword. A lot of them clicked, but not too many of them purchased our book. There's no sense to continue spending money on advertising for that keyword, and we can add it as negative target and we won't lose any more money on that. And the second action is going to targeting tab and making sure that our bid level is correct. So from time to time it's worth adjusting our bids just to make sure that our campaigns are active on accurate level. So we are not overspending, but we are also generating enough data. Let me walk you through step by step how to do it. If you go to your campaign settings, just make sure to go to Search Terms Report on the left-hand side menu, and you will see that table that shows you customer search terms. And this report is amazing because it shows you exactly what people were searching for or on Amazon website when they saw your campaign, clicked that, and for example, purchased your book. Or for example, which books they were browsing when they spotted your ad and clicked that. And you'll see close match, substitutes, complements, targeting groups, and you'll see a lot of keywords and asins. As you remember, we want to spot unprofitable search terms and just eliminate them with negative targeting. So one way to do it is to sort by clicks column. And just by the way, if you don't see these statistics, you can just adjust the number of columns that are visible by going to columns, customize columns. Also make sure to select the proper date range. The best way is to use maximum date range for this report last 65 days. To identify unprofitable search terms, let's just sort by clicks column. And we want to find the search terms that generated a lot of clicks without any sales. In this case, the first target that generated clicks without any sales is this one, just 2 clicks without any sales. I wouldn't say that this is unprofitable yet because this is just 2 clicks. I want to see more. So I would say each time I see 8 clicks or 10 clicks without any sales, this will be enough to state that this is unprofitable. Let me show you an example. In this example, I sorted by clicks, and you can see that there are a lot of search terms that generated many clicks without any sales. So 18, 16, 10, and even these 9, 8 clicks without any sales, right? How many clicks without any sales means that the search term is unprofitable? It's up to you. The good rule of thumb is 10 clicks, but it depends on your situation, on your cost per click. You can start with 8. So each time you see any search term that generated 8 clicks without any sale, you can say that this is unprofitable. And what you want to do, you want to copy to your clipboard, for example, all keywords that you find here in this column, and all asins, so the books, identifiers of the books, because later on we will add them as negative target so that we don't spend any more money on them. Another great way to spot unprofitable search terms is sorting by ACoS column. ACoS is the statistics that shows you how effective is your campaign, and the lower the percentage, the better. So as you remember, we just said that our break-even ACoS, the rule of thumb is 35%. So anything lower than 35% is profitable. So you are earning more in royalties than you are paying for the ads. And anything above 35% is unprofitable. So you are paying more for the ads. If you want to calculate your break-even point for your book specifically, just click the link that is displayed somewhere here with the video that explains how to do it. As you can see in this example, the most of the sales that I generated was with really low ACoS level, so everything was profitable. Only this first one is 58%. This is a bit unprofitable, so I was spending more on campaigns than I was earning. But to be honest, 58% is not too bad, and this keyword is really relevant to my book, so I want to keep it active. But if you spot any search term that, for example, generated ACoS of more than 100%, you can also treat that as unprofitable search term. So just save it, add it to our list of unprofitable search terms. Once we identified all unprofitable search terms, let's navigate to negative targeting on left-hand side. And under negative keywords section, click Add Negative Keywords button. Make sure that negative exact option is selected, enter the list of your unprofitable keywords and click Add Keywords and confirm by clicking Save. Now let's switch to negative products section and click Add Negative Product Targets. In this prompt, let's go to Exclude Products, go to Enter List section and paste your list of unprofitable ASIN targets. Confirm by clicking Exclude and clicking the button Add Negative Product Targets. And congratulations, from now on you won't spend any more on these products and keywords that you added as negative targets. So your campaigns over time will be more and more accurate and won't be spending money on the areas that are just unprofitable and not working for your book. And the second place that we want to visit is Targeting tab on the left-hand side. And right here, once again, my main goal is to maintain this steady flow of data, so steady flow of impressions, steady flow of ad spend to keep generating the data. So I want my ads to spend more or less $5, which is happening. 1,000, 2,000 of impressions a day is great. The ACoS is a bit high still because my negative targets list is not too long yet because this campaign is pretty fresh. But the longer I maintain that, the longer the list of negative keywords become and my campaign will be more and more effective. If I see that my campaign is under-delivering or overspending, I can always go down to these targets list and adjust my bids gradually by 5 to 10 cents, for example. You can also check the ACoS levels for particular groups. So if you spot that any group has really high ACoS, you can just reduce the bid here as well. But as I mentioned, our automatic campaign effectiveness will be controlled by negative targeting more than these bid levels. So our main goal here is to keep the campaign active so that this is not overspending, but also not under-delivering. So now everything you need to do is just to visit your campaign once per week, spend 10 minutes there, and in the long term, these campaigns with low maintenance cost will just generate you consistent sales over time. But that's only a simple version of Amazon Ads. This is not a full system. If you want to go further and just implement structured ad strategy to maximize your book sales, join my free community on School by clicking the link in the description below. And see you on the next video.